Good morning students. Today we are going to learn various efficiency of turbine, difference between impulse turbine and reaction turbine, and will solve different numericals. So first, as you have already seen in your previous videos, H is equal to Hg minus Hf. Now what is H? H is your net head equal to Hg minus Hf. What is Hg? Hg is your gross head. Hf is equal to what? Head loss due to friction. That is in turn 4F LV square divided by 2GD, where V is what? Velocity of flow in penstock. L is what? Length of the penstock. D is the diameter of penstock, and F is the coefficient of friction, which is a function of Reynolds number. Next is your hydraulic efficiency. Hydraulic efficiency, as you have already seen in your velocity triangle, just have a revision. So hydraulic efficiency is what? Power delivered to the runner divided by power supplied at inlet. That is your runner power divided by water power. So what is a runner power? Runner power is equal to W divided by G, VW1 plus VW2 into U divided by 1000. Here this is U because U1 is equal to U2, that equals to U. So this is the formula for power, runner power in a Pelter turbine. Next, for Francis turbine, this is W by G into VW1 into U1. Here VW2, as VW2 is 0, so the formula here is VW1 into U1 divided by 1000 kilowatt for your Francis turbine. Here WP, what is WP? WP is nothing but your water power. Here water power is equal to what? Water supplied at the inlet of turbine, also called your water power. So water power is what? W into H divided by 1000. That is, W can be written as rho GQ into H divided by 1000. So here what is W? W is your weight of water striking the vanes of turbine per second. Okay. Next, you can write down W as, what is the formula of W? M mass into your G, gravity. Next, you know your density is what? Equal to mass by volume. So what is M? M is nothing but rho into G, rho into your V. So in place of M, we can write down rho into your V into your G. Next, this can also be written as Q into rho into G, where Q is what? Q equal to volume of water per second. So hence in place of W, you can write down rho into G into Q into H is your head, net head divided by 1000. Next is your mechanical efficiency. So what is mechanical efficiency? It is the ratio of power available at the shaft of turbine, also known as shaft power, to the power delivered to the runner. So what is mechanical efficiency? It is ratio of power at the shaft of turbine to the power delivered by water to the runner. So mechanical efficiency is nothing but your shaft power divided by runner power. Next is your volumetric efficiency. So it is the ratio of the volume of water actually striking the runner to the volume of water supplied to the turbine. Hence, we can write down volumetric efficiency as ratio of volume of water actually striking the runner to the volume of water supplied to the runner. Next, we will see overall efficiency. Next is our overall efficiency. So what is an overall efficiency? It is defined as the ratio of power available at the shaft of the turbine to the power supplied by the water at the inlet of the turbine. So we can write down overall efficiency as volume available at the shaft of the turbine divided by power supplied at the inlet of the turbine. So this is your nothing but shaft power divided by water power. Next, we can write down this shaft power by water power as runner power divided by runner power. Okay, so when we are just separating it, shaft power divided by runner power, this divided by this, and runner power divided by water power, we are getting what? Mechanical efficiency and hydraulic efficiency. So your overall efficiency equal to your mechanical efficiency into your hydraulic efficiency. Here you can see some of the important formulas which will help you in solving the numericals of a Francis turbine. Okay, so you have already seen that this relation V1 is equal to CV into root over of 2GH. This also you know, that is discussed in your previous videos. U is nothing but pi d n divided by 60. Next, discharge of radial flow turbine. So discharge, that is Q for a radial flow turbine, is nothing but your pi d1 b1 into bf1. So where d1 is the diameter of runner at inlet, b1 is the width of the runner at inlet, and vf1 is velocity of flow at inlet. Next, that can be equal to pi d2 b2 into bf2, and d2 b2 and bf2 are the corresponding values at the outlet triangle. Here you see a question of a Francis turbine. So a Francis turbine with an overall efficiency of 75% is required to produce 148.25 kilowatt power. It is working under a head of 7.62 meter, full stop. The peripheral velocity equal to 0.26 root over of 2GH, and full stop. The wheel runs at 150 rpm and hydraulic losses in the turbine are 25% of the available energy. Assuming radial discharge, find out point number 1, the guide blade angle, the wheel vane angle at inlet, diameter of the wheel at inlet, width of the wheel at inlet. So the guide blade angles mean what we have to find out? Alpha angle. Next, the wheel vane angle at inlet means what? Theta. Next, diameter of the wheel at inlet, that means you have to find out d1, and width of the wheel at inlet means you have to find out b1. Okay. Next, what is given in the question? So it is given what? Overall efficiency. Overall efficiency is equal to 75%. That is nothing but 0.75. Next is your what? Required to produce 148.25 kilowatt. That means it is a shaft power. So shaft power is equal to what? 148.25 kilowatt. Next is what? It is working under a head of 7.62. So head means what? H. H is equal to 7.62. Next, the peripheral velocity is 0.26 root over of 2GH. So 26 root over of 2, that means this is your U1. Next, the wheel runs at 150 rpm. So rpm means what? N is equal to 150. Next, hydraulic losses in the turbine are 22%. So hydraulic losses, that means your what friction loss or any other loss, that is 22% of the available energy. Next, one more thing here it is written, that is the flow is assuming radial flow. So when it is radial flow at the discharge, that means what? VW2 is equal to 0, VF2 is equal to V2. So here as you can see, U1 is equal to 0.26 root over of 2 GH. So that means 0.26 root over of 2 into what? G is 9.81 and your H we have seen here 7.62 into 7.62. So we are getting here what? 3.179 meter per second. Next, one more thing, that is here velocity of flow. So the radial velocity of flow at inlet is equal to what? 0.96 root over of 2 GH. So 0.96 root over of 2 GH, we can write down this one as 0.96 root over of 2, in place of G 9.81 and in place of H 7.62. So we are getting what? Answer 11.738 meter per second. Now hydraulic efficiency. Hydraulic efficiency and is nothing but your what? Output divided by your input. So output divided by input, so total head minus your losses divided by head at inlet, we will get the hydraulic efficiency. So if total head is H minus your losses is 0.22 H divided by your H is what? 0.78 H divided by your H. But we know that hydraulic efficiency according to the formula is VW1 into U1 divided by GH. So here you can see VW1 U1, we can write down this as 0.78. Next, here VW1 is nothing but 0.78 into GH divided by U1. So VW1 is equal to what? 0.78 into 9.81 into H is your 7.62 divided by your U1 is 3.179, that equals to 18.34 meter per second. Next is your guide blade angle. So guide blade angle is your alpha. So tan alpha is nothing but VF divided by VW1, that is nothing but 11. VF1 is 11.738 and VW1 is your, we have got this one 18.34, that is 0.64. Next, as you can see here the velocity triangle of a Francis turbine. So here this is your alpha and this is your theta. So here tan alpha I have written as what? Tan alpha as VF1 divided by VW1. So tan is alpha is nothing but what? Tan theta is nothing but P by B. So what is P here? If in this triangle, here if this is alpha, so this one is your P and this one is your B. So P by B, that means BF1 divided by BW1. Next we are putting the value and we are getting 0.64 and alpha is equal to tan inverse 0.64. So this one is 32.619 degree. Next, second question, it is asked the wheel vane angle at inlet, that is nothing but your theta. So tan theta is equal to what? So in this triangle, in this smaller triangle, this is theta. If this is theta, this is your what? P, this is your B and this is your H. So in this triangle tan theta is equal to P by B, that means BF1 divided by your this part. So this part you can write down as VW1 minus U1. So that is written here Vf1 divided by Vw1 minus U1, that is nothing but 11.738 divided by 18.34 minus 3.179. So we are getting 0.774. So tan inverse 0.774 is 37.74 degree. Next is your what? Diameter of the wheel at inlet. So you, as you know the formula, U1 is equal to pi d1 n divided by 60. So you next, what is d1 then? U1 into 60 divided by your pi divided by into n. So 60 into your U1 is 3.179 into divided by your pi into n is given your 150 rpm. So this is the, we are getting an answer of 0.14047 meter. Next is your width of the wheel. So width of the wheel means what? B1. So B1, to find out B1, we have to see here that your overall efficiency is shaft power divided by water power. So shaft power, as it is given in the question, 148.25 divided by water power. Again, what is water power? As I have told you, water power is nothing but rho GQH divided by your 1000 kilowatt. So in place of rho, for water it is 1000, 9.81 is your G, into Q your discharge, into H is given your 7.62 divided by 1000. Next, putting this value of Wp in your equation 1, we have what? So efficiency, overall efficiency is equal to 148.25 divided by water power, that is water power, in place of water power I have been writing this one, is equal to 1000 into 9.81 into Q into 7.62 divided by a 1000. So this get cancelled and we are getting this 148.25 divided by 9.81 into Q into 7.62. So you know overall efficiency, it is given in the question, is 0.75. So if this we are multiplying here, if Q is getting here and overall efficiency is coming here, so what is the equation? 148.25 divided by 9.81 into your 7.62 into our overall efficiency, that is 0.75. So we are getting this one as the answer, 2.644 meter cube per second. Next, you know Q is equal to pi d1 b1 into Bf1. So Q is, putting the value of Q, 2.644 in equal to pi into your d1 is equal to 0.4047 into b1 into your Bf1 as 11.738. So b1 is nothing but your what? So B1 is what? Everything is coming here. So 2.644 divided by your pi into 0.4047 into your 11.738. So what we are getting here? Answer 0.177 meter as your answer. Next we will see the difference between impulse turbine and reaction turbine. So in impulse turbine, if at inlet of the turbine the energy available is only kinetic energy, the turbine is known as your impulse turbine. If in case of reaction turbine, if at the inlet of the turbine, the water possesses both kinetic energy as well as your pressure energy. The turbine is known as reaction turbine. Next, this type of turbine consists of moving blade and nozzle. In reaction turbine consists of fixed blades that act as a moving blade and nozzle. Here efficiency is low, here efficiency is high. In case of impulse turbine, it occupies less space per unit power, and in case of reaction turbine, it occupies more space per unit power. Next, maintenance is easy in case of impulse turbine. Maintenance of this turbine is not easy. Next, point number 6, there is no draft tube present in your impulse turbine. In reaction turbine, draft tube is present. The example of an impulse turbine is your Pelton wheel turbine, and the example of your reaction turbine is your Kaplan turbine and Francis turbine. So this is all about your difference between impulse turbine and reaction turbine. In next class we will see the problem for Kaplan turbine. Thank you.